All right, hello Town Stars. We're talking about actually talking about Town Star, but also talking about Gala games in general. Now I know you guys are more interested in Town Star, and that's the whole point of this channel. But some folks wanted to know what's going on with Gala games, and here's the thing: Town Star can make you money, but there are also going to be other games that they are going to release that will make you some money, and hopefully I can cover those somewhat for you. I just wanted to go over real quick their um, plans for release dates. Now, keep in mind, these dates are not concrete. They are proposed dates, and of course, everything is subject to change, and we'd rather have a good finished product than a crappy unfinished product. Now, if you notice, Town Star is still in beta as far as the development status goes. Therefore, when they have things that don't work quite right, let's try and be a little patient with that. But at the same time, I think sometimes they try to roll things out that don't work, and then they shoot themselves in the foot with that. But anyway, so Town Star is technically still in beta. It is playable, and you all know how to play it and how to earn lots of money. Okay, so what else do they have planned? Right now it says Spider Tanks is aiming for quarter one of 2022, so that hopefully by April Spider Tanks will be at least in beta. These are playable beta things. So Spider Tanks, playable beta, 20 in quarter one 2022. Echoes of Empire. Let's see, where's that one at? Right here. It says also Echoes of Empire aiming for quarter two 2022. So before July, I believe that July is the seventh month. So by July 1st, hopefully Echoes of Empire will be in playable beta. Miranda's, it says that they are aiming for quarter four of 2022 to be in playable beta. So by the end of 2022, maybe the first quarter of 2023. This is quite ambitious, and I don't think that they are really that far along from playing the playable tests where we were able to get materium. It's like one of my characters fell off the side of the world and got stuck, and they fixed that problem, but that makes me think that it's not quite in a real playable state. And then it says other titles that we don't know about. Fortified, which we've talked about Fortified a little bit. It's one game that I don't really know about, but it looks like they, are selling at least that one tower for that game. Stoda, which is from Game Media, which is the same company that is doing Spider Tanks. And Stoda stands for Stand Together or Die Alone. And it is a console game, and it is like Spider Tanks, but they're more of spider-like apparatus where they can actually be running like on top of a say a tube, and then just kind of go around the side and then be running upside down on that same tube. So It's interesting. I think that you can jump, you can shoot, you can go upside down, you can do all kinds of things. It looks fun. Um, However, I have not played it. I have played Spider Tanks, and that is fun. So that's what I know about that. They don't know about Voxverse. Voxverse is being developed by Will Wright of The Sims, and I guess other team members. I don't know much about that, but the Voxverse will be a place for people to uh, use their Vox characters, whether it be the Town Star, the Miranda's ones, or any other uh, Vox characters that will be used. Um, and I have no clue. They're saying these ones we don't even know about. And then Faster, which is the other first person shooter that was voted to give like $1 million to that fund to develop it. And that's really all I know. It's a first person shooter, but it does not um, look, in my opinion, look to be all that great. That is not one that I even voted for as far as funding. I voted against it on the no vote, but I think that the vote was pretty much 99% of funded vote versus not funded. Um, so hopefully it will be a fun game, but it looks to be dated as far as the preview that I saw, and also the preview that I saw was very intense for your space on your computer, and also graphics wise. I have a laptop that's not that old. It's not like a really decked out gaming PC, but it's only like about a year old, and I was unable to run that game on that laptop. So that was very disappointing to me. I do have more powerful computers that could run it, but like I say, it did not look very fun um, as far as I was concerned. As far as the graphics and what it was, it looked very dated, like a 5 or 10 year old game. Okay, so newer titles that were announced at Galaverse that we know very little about, including the release dates. Wizards and Warriors, and this is also from Game Media, which is the Spider Tanks folks, and the standalone or Stand Together or Die Alone uh, uh, game. And I'm not sure if that one is going to be a mobile game or if it's going to be like a desktop or what. But Wizards and Warriors always sounds like a good, fun thing to me. Legacy by Peter Molyneux of Fable has been announced, and we have seen the land sale and whatnot for Legacy, and there's no real date. I've heard some negative things about Peter Molyneux. Carrie, uh, what you call it, or Kira TV, did a thing about him, and it was very negative. So I'm praying that that one turns out to be delivered at some point, maybe next year or early 2023. The Walking Dead Empires. If you like that kind of game, which seems like a lot of people do, that's going to be like a MMO RPG where it's a survival type role playing, and that, could be very fun. The Last Expedition is going to be sort of a first person shooter. It's from a gaming company called Certain Affinity, um, and they worked on Halo and Call of Duty and some others. But anyway, that is going to be a first person shooter, plus a little bit survival in that. I think that you also fight against um, the elements of the world that you're in. It's sort of a space kind of thing, Last Expedition. So it sounds fun and interesting. Um, it says pending node vote. I'm almost positive that's already been voted on and it's passed, but I can't say that for sure. But it says survival first person shooter, so kind of like Walking Dead, except for Walking Dead is probably going to be people versus zombies, whereas Last Expedition will be people versus environment versus also other players. So it will be a combination of um, player versus environment and player versus player, I think. But that's just what I'm assuming. If anybody knows any better about these games, feel free to leave a comment and let us know. Dawn of Fire, I don't know what that is, but sounds like it might be something exciting to play. Loki is the card game, and that is like Loki from um, Thor, or yeah, Thor. Anyway, I don't know about that, but I showed you a preview in one of the other videos I did today, where it looked like a card game. I can actually show that again, if I can remember where it was and find it. Just beware that this is going to be a little loud. Let me jump on this mute button. Okay, well, it's not going to be that loud. I've already turned it down. Alright, and throw the card down, and so that looks cool, like a little bit of animation with it, but I believe that is the card game, unless maybe they have more than one card game. So that could be scenes from Loki, so that if they've already got stuff like that, it may be, maybe this year, maybe early next year, but I don't know that. And then they've got a mobile game shown to look like Candy Crush type game. I don't know what game that is, or who's developing it, or when it may be developed, or anything else. But that's good news that they are doing mobile games. Now, as far as I understand, all of the games that they have are going to be some sort of play to earn. So that could open up some opportunities for everybody, and even though this channel is about Townstar in specific, I also have a play to earn channel, and so I will be making videos about those kinds of things. And it says that they're guessing maybe Legacy maybe like Q4 of this year or later. And really that's all the update that I know. As I've said, all this is subject to change, but just letting you see that not only do they have all of the games that are shown here, what have we got here? 8 games, with one being playable right now. But it is officially still in beta status unless they have changed that and not updated the website. I assume that it's still beta with all the mistakes that they have been making. But also, there are going to be a lot more than just even what you see here. Okay, so that is good to know. There's also another game that we just voted on the oh, there's no active poll right now. Okay, so this is the dashboard for my node, and when there's a vote, that you can just get to it by going there. And at the time that that I last looked, there's a game called Betwixt, which is a sort of a mental health game, and it was just voted to give that game $1 million in funding, and that bringing on to the Gala chain for us to support for the founders nodes. And a lot of these games will probably also have game specific nodes. So if there's any ones that you look at, like I said, I think Last Expedition is going to be really good in my opinion, and Miranda's I'm hoping is pretty good. So I would like to probably save up some Gala and potentially buy game nodes for either one or both of these. And a lot of people may just be crazy about Echoes of Empire if you're into more space, but that's also more of a and it's by Ion Games. It is more of a strategy, almost like a board slash other game, I think, but it should be a lot of fun to play. So there's a lot of good ones coming up. Depends on what genre you like, honestly. But they've got a game in just about every category you could think of. So they've got console, they've got mobile, they've got card games, they've got first-person shooters, they've got survival games, they've got just a regular MMORPG, meaning medieval type, and then they've got the survival MMORPGs, they've got a business sim, they've got the farm sim or town type sim, and then the strategy games. I assume Fortified is going to be somewhat of a strategy game, as well as it's a tower defense is what they call it. So, and this is Strategy 4X, a PvP brawler, just all kinds of things, and that's just what they've got here and what they've talked about, and I'm assuming that they've got more coming that maybe just isn't ready for a vote or whatever. It seems like if they have plans for games, they want to at least see, some kind of progress, or get to a certain point and then potentially bring them in and be voted on to be financed, or some of these haven't needed to be financed. Like, for example, last expedition, uh, this company, Certain Affinity, did not need the uh, financing as far as I know, but they are coming just onto the Gala chain, which includes being on the founders nodes support. And like I say, there'll probably be game nodes for these. But anyway, I hope this was helpful in giving you some insight on new things to come. And if you have any questions, just drop me a comment and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.